to this. All right. Today's Wednesday, July 17, 2024, guys. Buenos días, bonita noche, bonita noche. Um, Welcome, guys, to another trading night with Cafesito trading night with Sam. But today, I actually want to start off with gratitude. Can we express some gratitude in the chat? Can we put down what is one thing that we're grateful for on this amazing evening, guys? One thing that we're grateful for in this amazing evening, because I'm a big believer that it's not about what you have right now, but about what is that you're grateful for. Because without being grateful for those things, how is it that later on life will provide you bigger things? How is it that you're not being grateful for 5 cents within the markets? God is going to provide 500 cents or $500 or even $5. So think about that next time you truly lose a trade. Be grateful that you took that loss because that can really. Ok, muy feliz, me siento muy feliz y agradecida por el bonito día que estuve hoy y por estar aquí. Muy bien, muy bien, muy bien. Está muy bonito. Okay. So one thing is like I speak Spanish, but translating Spanish al español, digo, yeah, from English to Spanish, I'm working on it, estoy trabajando en eso. Entonces hoy es lo que vamos a hacer today, guys. Is something that we're gonna do. We're gonna translate, English al español. Okay. So we're gonna do both of them. It's gonna be out of my comfort zone, but we're doing it. Va a ser fuera de mi zona o sea, comodidad, pero lo vamos a hacer. Ok, let's get started. Vamos a empezar. Ok, let this load. There, I think I should be good. All right, let's pull up the charts because that's what you guys are here for. You guys are here for the chart. Hoy están ustedes aquí por las gráficas, es lo que lo que vamos a hacer, porque es la razón por la que están en esta llamada. So, primero que nada, vamos a ver, we're going to do an outlook from last night's call. So we're going to do an outlook of how is it that the market ended up from last night. Because as many of you guys know, last night we actually marked up every single one of these pairs. Let's start with gold. So gold gave us a beautiful, beautiful momentum, guys. Gold actually, when was it? It was around this time. No, it was around this time. It was this candle right here where we marked up the charts. And you guys see how beautiful it came down, took off this liquidity right here, took off these buyers. And then what the market did, it was during London, it reversed to the upside to come and break and fall to the downside during New York. Like it and center, that's right, gold is looking pretty cute. So en español, en resumen, el oro lo que hizo fue de que a esta hora, ayer en la noche, a las 11 de la noche, estábamos viendo el oro por acá. El oro lo que vino fue que bajó y liquidó a estos compradores, y al momento que liquidó a estos compradores, lo que hizo fue que subió para arriba, como ven, as you guys can see, it hit a resistance zone. Literal topó a nuestra área de resistencia, and then it fell to support, cayó a donde tiene support, y de ahí pues subió y went all the way to the daily zone. So, no, gracias, gracias. Well, I'm pretty sure everyone here knows Spanish, so why not, why not speak a bit of Spanish on this today's call, So, el mercado cayó y como vemos cayó en la zona que literal el mercado estaba en zona de soporte, y de ahí el mercado subió a nuestra segunda resistencia or daily zone. As I told you ladies yesterday, that was going to be our daily zone right here. And something I want you to take a look at the daily zone is that the daily zone became actually resistance. Not only did it gave us that, push to the upside and then it sold, no nomás nos dio ese empuje para arriba y vendió, pero esto nos está diciendo de que ahora el mercado it's looking to turn around and go the other way. So we have and another thing I want you to take a look at is it literally went to our free money land. Lo que quiero que vean que el mercado fue a nuestra área de literal donde el dinero era lo que yo le llamo, like what I like to call free land, lo que le llamo a dinero gratis. Why? Because that's where the money falls. That's where like we literally see a lot of liquidity, And not only did we see liquidity right there, but we also saw this right here. So those are two things that the market did to us, and it was amazing what the market did. The next area that I want you, the next pair that we're gonna take a look at is silver. And silver did what it did. You know, silver did what it was supposed to do. It came, it literally around, I think it was right here, as you ladies saw, literally, it broke our support area, came back, retested it, and continued down. So this is known as healthy market structure. A esto se le conoce como estructura saludable. Why is it known as markets as healthy market structure? Because the market is creating highs, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then what is next? A lower low. Our next pair is GBP. So GBP JPY, we thought that it was gonna go to the upside, but even though we thought it was gonna go to the upside, if you guys were really careful, you guys would have known that this was actually just a break, pullback, and continuation. Break, pullback, continuation. All right, that's what happens with GBP JPY, and that's the exact same thing that happened to Euro JPY. You saw like literally it's beautiful the way that it sold from, because it came down, it hit a liquidity, went to the upside, and then what did the market do? I told you last night that the market was either gonna go here, or it was either gonna go to this liquidity up here or this liquidity down here, which is honestly this whole box right here. That whole box, that's known as liquidity. So that's what the market moved to the downside, because like something that I want you guys to take a look at or remember is that the market was just building money here. Lo que estaba haciendo el mercado es que el mercado nomás estaba acumulando dinero aquí. Y lo que hace el mercado es que el mercado like the majority of the time what the market does is the market's going to go where it's going to hurt the most people. And that's what it did here. So, lo que hizo el mercado fue que fue a la área donde iba a lastimar a la mayoría de las personas. ¿Y que eran la mayoría de las personas que estaban en este mercado? Eran compradores. What were the majority of people that were in this market? Those were buyers, guys. So I want you guys to remember this. So since most buyers are in this area, the market's going to feel more attracted to there. Not only because of that, but we saw this big push to the downside. It kind of gives us, the extra confirmation that the market is honestly going down. Eso nos puede dar la siguiente confirmación que el mercado va a ir para abajo. Not only, but it's beautiful how the market just played for us. Like you guys have to understand the market respects levels. El siguiente par and the next pair, guys, is Bitcoin. And Bitcoin played really, really beautiful. Drop a 111 in the chat if you got in the trade or you got into some sort of trade with crypto today, because crypto did what it was supposed to do. It sold where we wanted it, where we wanted it to sell from, and it went where we needed it to go to. So lo que hizo las criptomonedas o lo que hizo el Bitcoin es que Bitcoin hizo algo que nosotros queríamos que hiciera anoche. Se literal subió a nuestra resistencia o a la área a la área que no quería estar, que es la área de resistencia, y de esa área de resistencia lo único que hizo es que pendió para abajo a nuestra liquidación de compradores. So what the market really did is they went and took off those buyers right here, right here, and right here. And the last pair, the pair that's been moving beautifully, Ethereum. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but in the past few days, Ethereum has been the one. It hasn't been gold fully. It has been Ethereum. And as you guys saw, Ethereum literally went into, when was it? It was around here. Ethereum broke to the upside, went to our zone, then it fell from our resistance zone. Not only that, but creating the head and shoulder pattern, shoulder, head, shoulder, break to the downside. So that's kind of like the market's moving where it's supposed to be moving. So in reality, all the markets, what it's doing right now is at a healthy market structure, every single one of them. So lo que el mercado está haciendo es que el mercado está en una fase saludable. Todos los mercados se están moviendo de la manera que nosotros queramos que se muevan. And it's beautiful to see the way that the market is moving. Es muy bonito ver que esta manera que el mercado se está moviendo, because the market is doing what it's supposed to be doing, porque el mercado está haciendo lo que debería de estar haciendo. All right, pero like always, we have to delete all of our charts. I know we would love to keep just adding and adding and adding, but we can't. We have to start fresh. Tenemos que empezar fresco. Fresco como una lechuga, como dicen, or fresh, like a lettuce, like how we say in Spanish. This session has been pretty fun, speaking Spanish and English at the same time. It's a mood. Cafecito trading nights in Spanish and English. Brought to you guys. All right, so let's start with the markets. Empecemos con el oro. So, lo primero que deberíamos de ver el oro es la área donde está. So, ¿dónde está el oro ahorita? El oro ahorita está en tiempos, like, en altos más altos. Gold right now is at highs, like, literally is at all-time highs. Like, gold has never been in this position that is in right now. So, something I want you to remember is that when the market hasn't been there, we don't know where the market could really go. That's just important for you to let the market play. It's important for you to let the market express itself. Por eso es muy importante que tú dejes que el mercado se exprese, porque está en área que nunca hemos estado, so no vamos a saber dónde va a ir el mercado en verdad. One last thing, guys. Remember last night I did talk about reducing this list. So I want to do a poll, and I want you guys to text me, DM me personally, what pairs of this 6 pairs that we see every night do you guys want me to keep. I'm only gonna be keeping 3 pairs. So vamos a hacer una votación para que me manden un mensaje privado. Nomás vamos a ver 3 pares. So lo que necesito es que me manden un mensaje privado, que me dejen saber cuáles pares les gustaría quedarse y cuáles pares les gustaría ver siempre que nosotros que estemos marcando. So, but tonight, let's just keep marking it up like how we always do, or should I keep them all like how they are, or los dejaré como están todos? All right. First things first, we have to draw our daily zone. So our daily zone as of right now, we do have this as a so that daily, honestly, I wouldn't move it from right here. So yo dejaría la área del día allí. No la movería para nada. That's first things first. The second, we were going to draw our low daily. So that's that area where we see the market potentially heading to in later on times. So we have that area. We see this push to the upside, but then we see the market just stops and it comes back now to the downside, but that's in the daily zone. All right. So the next thing that we want to see in the 4 hour, ahora lo que queremos ver en la hora 4, and is the market just going up and either selling from a point, like creating that consolidation in a smaller time frame to sell, or break this to keep going even higher. So hay dos cosas que queremos ver. La primera es que el mercado forme consolidación y se venda de ahí, o que el mercado nomás quiebre altos más altos y que siga yendo para arriba de la misma manera que GBP JPY, que GBP JPY hace, o de la misma manera que Euro JPY hace. All right. What's up, Stephanie? Talk to me, sis. So we could see either one of those two, but I want you guys to focus in like the smaller time frames when it comes down to right here. For the daily, how big are rectangles? So the daily doesn't really, so being honest, and Nina is gonna, because I know you started watching Nina lately. So when it comes down to Nina, she doesn't really tell you, like something I learned is that the daily doesn't really have like a certain amount of pips that it should be. A daily can be, you wouldn't really like to make it super big, but you don't want to make it too small. So for me, I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna show you Bitcoin. So Bitcoin daily zones are like this big. So all I do is from candle to wick. So that's the daily zone right here for me. But the next daily zone for me is this big. You see the difference? So it doesn't really have a size. But at the same time, you don't want to draw your daily zone like this. Does that make sense? And as you go into the 4 hour, you can actually fix it and make it like as big as you truly want to see it. But so right now we have this daily and we have that daily. Yeah, where it has multiple touches. It can either be wicks, it can either be candles, where you see the market doing a lot of support and resistance and a lot of rejections at. Like right here, the market, like I'm actually gonna fix this up right here. So I actually like this better. Does that make sense? Because the market has been here, the market has been here, the market has been there. That's my next daily. So now from the daily, I want to go into the 4 hour. And in the 4 hour, something I want you guys to take a look at is that lately we've been watching the Fibonacci. And the Fibonacci right now is showing us that the market's at 50% Fibonacci. And something we learned is that from 50% Fibonacci, we could really see those big sellings continuation. So the areas that I want to see my 4 hour structure at is right here. I want to focus where the market's at. So the market right now is at its support. I mean resistance, but then the next area is going to be our support area, which is that one right there. But from there, from the 4 hour, I do want to move to the 1 hour and fix those areas. So I like that right there better. And I do like this better right here. So we have those two areas the market can really play from. All right. So we have that support right here. So I'm actually going to be writing that as resistance. And then we're going to be writing this. What the hell? What happened? Resistance. And then we're going to be writing this as our support. Does that make sense? So we have our resistance here and we have our support right here. So our support area is 2458.83. Okay, and our resistance area is 2466.19. All right, so those are the two areas that we can see within the markets. We could see the resistance and we could see the support. And the only way that we can really see the resistance playing, even if it continues to play, is if the market can continue to create the consolidation. So lo que queremos ver es que el mercado nos haga una consolidación aquí para poder ver que esta sí es una área de resistencia. If it's not this one, si no es esta, this is our resistance zone. So you can have a lot of resistance and support. I actually like this even better just because the market has literally camera resistant breaking from there because the market doing that thing again. So let me fix that up for you guys. 2468 actually. Point something. Right there. So we could see those two areas. And now remember, but the market really makes its move during 3 a.m. So during 3 a.m., we do have the London open. Okay. So during 3 a.m., we have the London open. And when the London open happens, that's when the market really brings a lot of volume. So después de la apertura de de Londres, es lo que hace el mercado es que es cuando el mercado trae la mayoría del volumen. Y lo que estamos lidiando aquí es con volumen, porque volumen es el dinero. What we're dealing here, guys, is volume, because volume is money. We're not just dealing with candles and sticks. We're dealing with volume. We're dealing with money within the markets. So we could really see that support and then that resistance. So remember, like, this is all New York right here. Like this whole thing was New York, 11 a.m. all the way to right here, that's all New York. And all we saw during New York was selling. Todo lo que vimos durante la hora de Nueva York es vendidas. Like, I mean, see, I'm just trying to translate in my mind, guys, because translating Spanish and English is funny. Pero eso es lo que vimos. shares. Es todo lo que vimos en el mercado. Yeah, right, vendidas. So, es todo lo que vimos. Um, you know what? I'm having so much fun right now. But we could see that right here. We could see that happening or playing within the markets. So do be careful, guys, when you guys are seeing those areas right there. No, muchas gracias, hermana. So we are seeing that right there. So you do want to wait. And if the market does continue to the downside, we do want to see this area hold as our rejection zone. So, si queremos ver que el mercado juegue de esta área, queremos ver que esta área sea nuestra área de resistencia, la área que no pase el mercado. So we do want to see maybe playing momentum and then selling to the downside, because I do see a lot of more selling momentum within gold, because like how I stated before, we have the 50% Fibonacci zone right there playing off right now. So sí podemos ver muchas vendidas porque también tenemos el 50% Fibonacci. Y cuando vemos el 50% Fibonacci, lo que nos indica que el mercado sea más probable a ver vendidas. But at the same time, we do have that money right there. Tenemos esa área de dinero, que es liquidación. That's liquidity, guys. Okay, we have that liquidity zone right there. And the next liquidity zone for me will be the next daily zone right there. Okay. So we do have that liquidity zone. So we could see the market coming in for this as our TP1 and coming in for this as our TP2. I'm actually not going to be taking no trades in my live account, but I'm going to be taking on my demo. I just want to see if we can start, giving out ideas during our, Cafecito trading night session. Not only because the market doesn't have a lot of volume, and I don't want to put you guys in a position that you guys are risking more than you guys are putting in. Does that make sense? So we could see that as a rejection. We could see like the market playing off from there. So I do want to see essentially selling with gold, just because gold has just been buying. And at the same time, oh my God, let me see. At the same time, we have to realize that in the bigger time frame, we do want to see gold push down at least 50% Fibonacci, which is around that area. And lo que queremos ver es que el mercado baje 50% Fibonacci en la área del día. Y como pueden ver, as you guys can see, esta es una área de soporte y una área de resistencia. As you guys can see, that's an area of support and that's an area of resistance. So we could see the market playing all the way down there. I mean, don't call me skeptical, but we saw it a lot like the other day, guys. We saw it in the bigger time, we're in the bigger charts. I just hope I haven't deleted them. But I deleted them, no borré. So we did saw it in those charts. So I do essentially want to see selling. Ahora vamos a ver lo que va a hacer plata. Now we're going to see what silver is doing, because silver could be playing its thing. So with silver, what we can see is this right here. So con la plata lo que podemos ver es esta área. Es nuestra área, like our first daily zone, nuestra primera área del día. The next daily zone that I do want to play with within the markets, it will be this one right here. Esta es la segunda zona. Why? Why do I want to play with this one right here? I actually like this better. Because the market still has, like, that's not really, I wouldn't call this a clear. I mean, we could see this as a daily, but in reality, I would actually like to see the market chase all the way down there. En realidad me gustaría que el mercado viniera aquí abajo y que nos dé esa resistencia o que tome esa área como área de soporte para que el mercado siga subiendo para arriba. So I would honestly like to see this right here. The market coming and then just going up, because I want you guys to take a look at something. So, como podemos saber, oro hizo altos más altos, but silver has not. Lo que podemos ver es que oro ha hecho altos más altos, pero la plata no. Entonces, in my opinion, silver is the next move to the upside to go to bigger time frames, right? So ahora lo que podemos ver es arreglar nuestras áreas del día and play off from this, So with this one, what I want to see, the next movement that I want to see within the markets is I want to focus on this, where the market's at. So within the markets, I do want to see, we do have this, so tenemos esta área de, a ver, let me see. So we do have this area right there. That could be our support area. So this could be our support. Resistance equals 30.670. That could be our resistance, guys. And then we have our support area. That's the area where the market is supporting itself. I see the area that the market is supporting itself is around here. And now I want to go to the 1 hour and fix it. So ahora quiero ir a la primera hora y arreglar esas áreas. So I honestly, me gusta esta área mucho. A ver, I like this area a lot, guys, because the area has, been resistance before. So it's 30.494. Let me see. Oh, 494. So that's our resistance that we could see the market resistance at. And the next one that I do see the market supporting itself at is 3141. All right, 30.141. So we could see that areas are support. 31.41. But then we have our 3 a.m. Let me see Thursday right here. 3 a.m. right there. That's when London Open is gonna happen. So lo que podemos ver, now I'm gonna translate it to Spanish. So now we can see lo que podemos ver es que podemos ver esta como nuestra resistencia y esta como nuestro soporte. Pero también lo que podemos ver es que también tenemos la apertura de Londres a las 3 de la mañana. So lo que podría pasar es que en la apertura de Londres, antes de la apertura de Londres, lo que pasa es que el mercado sube para arriba, tome poco de ese dinero, like it takes out a bit of this money right here, which is basically like, free money, es dinero gratis, or otro nombre que le podemos poner es seller's money. Okay, so that could be the next area that we could see, free money or seller's money, creating also the rejection zone going to the downside. Okay, so that could be another momentum, another move that we could see within the markets. Does that make sense? So I do want to see the market go up to that free money area and then from there just sell to the downside. If you guys are going to be looking into like areas that like we could see the market driving into, most likely it will be areas that there has been liquidity before. Si quieren ver áreas que el mercado caiga para esa área, puede ser áreas donde han habido liquidación o áreas como esta que potencialmente podrían ser áreas de soporte. So we could see the market going up and then just falling to the downside once again. Does that make sense? Can I get a coffee mug in the chat if that makes sense for you guys? Like the market is creating market structure right here. So the next movement is going to be market structure movement. Okay. So we could see the market just creating the market structure for us and taking out these buyers here and just going down even lower than just this right here, ending on this area right here. So that could be our take profit zone, guys. So if you do want to take a trade tonight, look into silver. Like anywhere right here is a good area. Like the two areas that I could see the market selling from. Let me just mark it up. So this one could be one of them. If the market plays like how we wanted it to play, we could be risking, like we could be like doing a 2-to-1. Right there. Podríamos estar jugando un 1 al 2. Like, podemos estar like you're basically risking one apple for two bananas. You know, I like bananas better, so I'm gonna go for that. All right, so that could be one area that we could enter, but the next area we could enter is this one right here, which is almost like a 4 to 1. So I will literally enter any of this and I will put my stop loss around this area right here. Like that's just by far what I can tell you guys. Let me just color that green because that's an area that I'm expecting tomorrow to take a look at. Right there. So esa es una área que podemos ver, la vamos a estar checando mañana y a ver lo que pasa. Si vemos que el mercado cae, va a caer para allí. Porque right there we could see that area becoming a support area. Podemos ver esa área convirtiéndose en soporte antes de ir para arriba y seguir con las compras para arriba. All right, so but we do have this money right here. And then with this one, we do have that area right there. We do have all of this money right here. So that's all money as well. Money from buyers. Right there. Money from buyers, the sellers will count for. So since buyers left this gap right here, como los compradores dejaron esta área allí, lo que podemos ver es que el mercado va a subir para arriba. Y si quiere, if the market does want to continue market structure, guys, it's gonna literally fall from within this area. Si queremos ver estructura como queremos que juegue, el mercado se va a caer durante esta área aquí, which will most likely happen during London Open. Lo más probable que pase es durante la apertura de Londres. The next chart that I do want to look into is GBP JPY. GBP JPY, it is a bit more lately it's just been making beautiful movement. Like today's movement was beautiful with GBP JPY. So I do want to see that as my daily. And the next daily area that I do want to see the market head to will be this one right here. Does that make sense? Because the market has to essentially come to this area right here. And since we have that, I feel like that's way too big. So this won't be the next one. Como eso estuvo muy grande, era un área muy grande, la hice un poco más chiquita. So this will be our next, you can kind of say daily zone right here. Because the market has been supporting, has been resistance. It has been support here and right here has been resistance. So I could see the market playing out from here. Now I do want to play with this candle right here. Where could we see the market like playing from? You know, so our first area will be down right there. Let me actually fix this up right here. So that could be known as my support right there. Equals 2002.543. So that could be a 553. I mean 553, that could be our support, guys. 553, that could be our support. In our resistance area, the market, in my opinion, the market is where it's supposed to be resistant. En mi opinión, el mercado está donde tendría que estar resistiéndose. Resistance equals, y el área will be 2003.4401. Okay, so if you're a GBP JPY trader, be careful because right now we could see some more buying some more selling going to the downside. So el mercado podría ser, the market could do two of the following things during the London Open, which is around 3 a.m. right here. Where is it at? Right here. Okay, we could see like right there. That's our London Open, guys. So we could see our London Open playing off, and what the market could essentially do is during our London Open, when the market could literally come up to the upside, like we could see this, like we could see the following momentum, because right here, we do have this area right here. We do have that gap and we do have that money. So right here we do have that gap / money. So the following scenario is gonna play, and we could see the scenario happening. The market comes, but then it falls to the downside. Does that make sense? That will actually keep giving us market structure going down. So we could see this momentum happening. So if you are gonna be taking any like sales within GBP, JPY, watch for this area right here, which is between 2004.289 and 2004.774. Okay, so we could see that area as a area of just buying. Let me actually fix this and put it right here. So I'm a perfectionist, so I like to see my charts, like my charts be looking pretty cute. So we could see that playing as our support, and then this will next right here become our support, go down, break that support, become the resistance one more time, and then just selling to the downside, going from daily to daily, because that's what the market does the majority of the time. So GBP JPY, we're going to be seeing lower movement as we go on. Okay, now we're gonna be focused on Euro JPY. For Euro JPY, I can automatically already see this as my daily, because I mean, GBP JPY is kind of like the big brother. He already defines where you want to go. The next area that I do want to see the market heading to is this one here. And going back to that question that Stephanie had asked me earlier, we like, as you see, like the daily zones just range between how much support and how much resistance there is. Cheers. But we do have that right there as our, support, and we do have that as a resistance. So now I want to go to the 4 hours and do look for those areas right there. So in reality, I could see the market, oh my God, let me see. I could see the market giving this as its, resistance right there, equals 171, 71.469. We could see that as a resistance area right there, guys. So esa sería nuestra área de resistencia y ahora nuestra área de soporte. So when it comes down to areas like these, cuando viene como a tiempos así, lo que voy a hacer es moverme a la primera hora, y de ahí en la primera hora es donde me va a ayudar más a encontrar mi área de soporte. So my support area is this one right here, guys. Because as you guys see, it supported here, it supported all of these candles. You wanted to break under this, but it didn't. So I do see this as our support area right here. I'm actually copy that area right there and then just support right here. Okay. So we could see those two areas played off. Okay, guys. Can I get a 111 in the chat if that makes sense, guys? Why did I move from the 4 hour to the 1 hour instead of finding the support area and within the 4 hour actually move down to the 1 hour, because the 1 hour gives me a much clearer, instruction of where the market could go to. And going back to GBP JPY, guys, if we do go and end up going to the 4 hour zone, and we do end up seeing this right here, this whole momentum, as you guys can see, that zone right there, which is like this whole gap right here, which is our money gap. As you guys see, the gap is between here and between here. What a coincidence. Does that make sense? This is why I love Fibonacci. Like, that's a whole gap right there in reality. But I like this better. So that's why I move on to that one right there, because I do see that as our money gap. So with Euro JPY, let me see if the same thing could really apply for. So from up here to down here, we do see that like the 50% as our daily zone right there. That's fire right there. So this is our next extension from here to here. We could see that, como pueden ver, podemos ver esa resistencia como nuestro 50% de Fibonacci. We could see that resistance zones are 50% Fibonacci, guys. So we could see the market just keep pumping up to the upside and then just selling to the downside if it really wants to sell. But once again, I will recommend to wait for the 3 a.m. candle right here, London open. Okay. So during London open, we are gonna be seeing those momentums, like this whole area right here, it's just like money. Like that whole area right there is just, I'm gonna just color it. I'm gonna just call it money. Money from sellers. I'm gonna just write it down as money for sellers, from sellers. So we could see the market just pumping and then just from there, just going to the downside if it wants to continue with healthy market structure. Because we don't want to see our next, lower high closing above this one right here. So lo que no queremos ver es que la siguiente, like baja más alta, which is lower high, a que termine cerrando arriba de aquí, porque no va a ser considerado un bajo más alto, sino un alto más alto. Does that make sense, guys? With like if the market doesn't close right here and just sells from there, we are not gonna be seeing a lower high, but we are gonna be in momentum to see a higher high because this right here is gonna be known as a break of structure, which is essentially gonna create a higher high. So we do want to see selling momentum with EJ. Now with Bitcoin, ahora con el Bitcoin, with the Bitcoin. With the Bitcoin, what we want to see is the following. So Bitcoin right now is literally at its daily zone. You see, Sandra, like you see, Stephanie, like right now I'm drawing this as my daily zone. I'm gonna just leave it right there, sis. But you're gonna see what is it that what is it that I fix as I go on. So we do have this as our next zone right there because we do want to have the market come back and match up because this is where the market left from. But we can see this as there. We do want to match up the 50% Fibonacci. Does that make sense? So we do want to wait for the market to give us a pullback of 50% Fibonacci. So lo que queremos esperar es que el mercado suba para arriba y se venda llegando al 50% Fibonacci. Okay, so we do want to wait for the market to just sell to the downside to 50% Fibonacci. Okay, and when we see that 50% Fibonacci going back down, we do want to wait for the momentum. But now I want to move on to the 4 hour. And something I want you to do, Stephanie, is that when you're in the 4 hour, fix those daily zones. As you see, I fixed it. And I like this daily zone better. So I feel more comfortable with this daily zone than I felt with the bigger one. So a lot of people don't understand things like that. Like I could literally be called this my daily zone right there. And it looks much prettier. It looks much easier to understand. So when you're transitioning from the daily to the 4 hour, then the 4 hour is your time to fix those daily zones. So right now with this one, oh guys, so kind of get ready because I do see the market giving us this rejection right here. So with Bitcoin, I'm not even gonna put zones, guys. I'm gonna just straight up give you guys a chart or give you guys a plate that you guys can really start looking into it. So you do want to wait for the market to go right here to this area right there. Let me just fix this up right here. You do want to wait for the market to go to the area right there, reject from it. I'll put my stop loss all the way up here. Let me actually color this red. Okay, I will put my stop loss right there. Okay. And then from there, guys, the next area. So we could see this as our TP1 zone right here, which is at the end of the day, that's liquidity. So that's liquidity right there. And we could see our TP2 right here. So I don't know about you guys, but this is our TP2 zone right there. Now we want to go to the daily and fix those zones right there. So I like this right here. I do honestly like this trade idea right here, guys. So gap slash buyer's money. Yeah. Okay. So rejection zone. This right here could be considered our invalidation, guys. Okay. Okay, so I'm actually gonna be posting this in the plugin chat. After this call, I'm gonna send this trade idea out, guys. So do stay tuned for this one right here. Like this is one of the first ones we catch in a while during a live session. So you do want to wait for the market. Chicos, esperen que el mercado llegue a la área, a esta área. Y después de allí lo que vamos a hacer es que vamos a vender. If first TP, guys, will be this one right here. And if you see like any, like you see this momentum getting formed again, you do want to sell. Like it's no ifs, buts, or nothing. But we do want to see this happening. I'm gonna show you guys the following. Shoulder, head, shoulder. So lo que quieren ver para ver ventas es lo siguiente. Like something like that. Does that make sense? And lately, the market has been selling during this time. So with Bitcoin, so I will honestly wait, guys. We do want to see a close within the 4 hours for the market to really give us that rejection, okay? So queremos ver una cierre durante la hora 4 para ver esa vendida. So essentially what we do want to see is the following. So essentially this trade idea right here, esta idea que tenemos es literal. If the market, si el mercado la toma como nosotros la queremos que la tomen, we are looking at a good almost 339, almost 3,000 pips. Estamos viendo casi 3,000 pips que van a tomar de... It has been, but like we're mostly here for educating ourselves. So you are risking like about, let me see. Essentially, guys, you are risking a good amount of pips. Almost like, look at that. That's 777, guys. That's a sign. I don't know about you guys, but this is gonna be an idea. So, chicos, esténse listo porque, like, I mean, I wouldn't mind a play during right here. I'm actually gonna be taking it like how I said, I don't really like to take, but like we have this W momentum right there. So pueden ser dos cosas. O el mercado se va a querer ir al día o podemos ver la venta. So two things, guys. We could see, because we could literally catch this move or this move. I actually like this move better right here. Beautiful 444. Like, I don't know about you guys, but this looks like it's calling my name. So podemos ver este más como una jugada. Podemos ver que el mercado puede llegar aquí, liquidar a liquidar este dinero de allí, y después lo que vamos a ver es ventas. So do stay tuned for this, guys. So since we see that with Bitcoin, do get ready because Ethereum is about to make the same movement, okay? Ethereum tal vez también hace el mismo movimiento que el oro, chicos. So estén listos para ese movimiento también. We could see that as a daily zone right there. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, pueden ver jugadas todo el día. Lo único que tienen que entrenar que sus ojos vean esas jugadas todos los días. So this is the next one right here, chicos. This is our next one right here. Okay, so in the 4 hour, I do want to see like the market come into this area right here. I can already see what area the market's going to go into. So those are the two areas that I do want to see the market play off from. Ok, so, como pueden ver, yo literal ya puedo sospechar que el mercado va a llegar y va a pegar en esta área de aquí. Y de ahí pues va a ser nuestra área que el mercado va a vender. So rejection zone right there. So if you guys don't want to risk or want to risk too many pips with Bitcoin, you could be risking the same, almost the same amount with Ethereum, which is essentially moves a lot less. I mean, it moves almost similar, but at the same time, it has a lot less money. It pumps a lot less, you know. That means less risky. Just color that white and let me just put, oh my Lord Jesus. I mean, liquidity right there. Okay, liquidity right there, guys. So we do have that liquidity right there. We do have that rejection zone, and then we do have that liquidity right there. That's TP1 right here. TP2 could be this whole area right here, which at the same time could become our support to keep going to the upside. So that's our liquidity right here. Okay, so those are two liquidity zones. Not only that, but 2, 3 right here, we have London open. So what we could see essentially is the following. So the market does the following movement, just keeps going up, and then during London open, we do see selling momentum. So I'm gonna make a note of that. And then open equals selling mode. If market rejects. Okay. London open equals selling mode if market rejects at that rejection zone. Okay. And the stop loss could be right here, guys. The stop loss could be that daily zone right there. Okay, so this could be our stop loss right here. That could be kind of like our invalidation right there. That will be, let me see, oh my Lord. So our invalidation, just, yeah, I like that. Okay. It's all good. Invalidation equals 3481.90. Okay. That's our invalidation, and we could see a lot of selling momentum, guys. So you do want to wait for the market to really reject this whole zone for you to be able to see that this whole area right here played off. Does that make sense? So we do have those areas right there, guys. Those are the two plays that I am seeing during this session. Little recap once again before we do end the session, guys. Little recap of the whole session. While we only got 2 minutes. Selling momentum with gold. So you do want to wait for that, and you want to put your stop loss right there. Look at that. It's already rejecting for us. It's already 12 a.m., guys. So, I mean, I could see some selling momentum. Selling momentum with silver. Buying momentum and then selling with GBP. Buying with EJ and then selling. We could see a lot of selling momentum with Bitcoin. I'm excited for this one. And Ethereum, same thing, sellings, okay? So we could see those two, all of that playing, guys. So do be careful when you're taking this trade, like ideas that I'm actually about to post. Take them rationally, don't over leverage, and put stop losses. If you have trader locker, there's such thing known as trail. You can put a trail stop loss. That means your stop loss will be getting closer and closer to break even by itself without you having to touch it. And that's a really good tool, guys. But guys, other than that, guys, that's pretty much all we have for today. I'm super excited about these charts. So guys, we're going to be reviewing all of this information tomorrow and see what the market truly does for us. But yeah, guys, this is all for my YouTube channel. There you go. I think I should have